All right, yo, we are back, y'all. What's good with it? It's your boy TTP back with another truth bomb video for you guys. Before we jump into this, make sure to smash that like button. Let them algorithms know that y'all enjoying this content. So we got to talk about this monkey business. We got to talk about this monkey business. I was talking to one of my people today and they showed me some stuff that I think y'all need to see. And I'm going to just say it like this. If you have not taken the hokey pokey, you have nothing to worry about. This is going to affect the people that fell for the lies and the propaganda. So let's just go ahead and jump into this, man. Let's not waste no time. So let's go ahead and go over here to the browser. I got some stuff to show y'all that's going to blow your mind. All right. Now, for starters, I want to show you guys this right here. Okay. So this is called, I don't even know if I can pronounce it. Excuse the pronunciation if I get it wrong. But this is something called Bulius pemphigoid. Okay? And the Bulius pemphigoid is an autoimmune pruritic skin disease, preferentially in older people aged over 60, that may involve the formation of blisters, bullae in the space between epidermal and dermal skin layers. The disorder is a type of pemphigoid and is classified as a type 2 hypersensitivity reaction with the formation of I can't even pronounce this stuff. Now, if you look at this, right, this looks very similar to what they're trying to scare you with this whole banana business. Now, this is clearly what the MP, let's call it MP for sake of algorithms. So the MP, right, they're trying to scare you and talk about MP and all this other stuff. But if you look and you compare this side by side with this bullish stuff, it's literally the same thing. It's the same thing. Look at it. I mean, I know this is kind of disgusting, but y'all need to know the truth, bro. All of this stuff is cap. Just like you said, Dedra, it's all cap. Now, there's something else I want to show you guys real quick. Now, in 2021, they had planned all this out, okay? So let me just read this article here. It says the MP, a rare viral disease, has found its way into the headlines and is apparently spreading across the United States. A New York City resident has tested positive for the virus that causes MP, state health officials announced late Friday. Now, I'm going to also show you guys that all of this stuff was planned. Okay, like everything they're doing right now, as far as the date of them announcing it, everything is all planned, all of it, orchestrated. So it says, in March 2021, NTI partnered with the Munich Security Conference to conduct a tabletop exercise on reducing high consequence biological threats. The conference paper read, the exercise examined gaps in national international biosecurity and pandemic preparedness architectures, exploring opportunities to improve prevention and response capabilities for high consequence biological events. This report summarizes the exercise scenario, key findings from the discussion, and actionable recommendations for the international community. That sounds like a bunch of word salad to me. Now, if we scroll up right here, you can clearly see, and I'm going to show you guys this in a second, but this document actually shows you how they started this plan in 2020. So 2 years ago, of the date that they're going to announce the MP, when they're going to, how long it's going to last, they give you a full rollout of their plans. So the next thing I'm going to show you guys real quick here is this article. Let me see if I can pull it up here. All right, now, this MP thing, right, is all cap. What it really is this thing right here, the Bulius pemphigoid. That's what they're telling you. It's something else, but this is really what it is. Now, what's interesting is the hokey pokey has been linked to this bullish stuff. Let's just read some of the cases here. It says a 60-year-old female with bullous BP in clinical remission since 6 months after oral prednisone treatment was administered the first dose of the hokey pokey, and 3 days later she experienced a flare of her disease. The latter started with generalized arrhythmia 1 day after the hokey pokey, and on the third day several blisters appeared on the trunk. The diagnosis was made in a telemedical consultation and oral I've literally never heard of these words before. So this woman actually already had it, and when she took the hokey pokey, it flared it up. Now, let's read another case. It says a 40-year-old male with pemphigus vulgaris, PV, in remission since 1 year after therapy came to our attention 3 days after the first dose of the hokey pokey because of a PV flare. He presented with several blisters on the back and on the upper limbs and started the therapy. And after 28 days, he was given the second dose, and he experienced only pain on the injection site for 2 days. So you can clearly see that a lot of these cases of BP are linked to the hokey pokey, and you can clearly see the effects of this thing. Like, they are screwing people over. This is why I begged my mom not to take it. I told everybody in my family not to take it, but they just called me crazy. They called me a conspiracy theorist. But see, the problem with this is the people that took the hokey pokey, they're already screwed because their immune system is done. I mean, it's compromised. Period, point blank. But not only that, there's also so many things that they could have possibly been filled up with when they got that dang in their arm. But this is one of the many things that are going to continue to pop up. So the truth of the matter is, if they took it, there's not really anything you can do for these people. Now, another thing I want to show you guys real quick here is I pulled up some stuff here for you guys. Now, it says one of the side effects on the 9 pages of the release is shingles. And you can clearly see right here the same symptoms and the same ailment that comes from the so-called MP. And then right here you can see the bullous or the BP. 78-year-old man develops gruesome skin disorder 1 day after the hokey pokey and dies 3 months later. And then right here we have the BP after the second dose. Another person starts to develop this disease. So do you guys see what they're doing, bro? They are literally making people sick under the whole guise of the fact that, oh, this is going to protect you. This is going to protect you. And it's like, it's not. They made you worse. I'm sorry, y'all. I get mad because it's like people actually fell for this crap. All right, let's continue. So these are just a bunch of different cases of people that got this PV stuff shortly after getting the hokey pokey. Now we're going to move on. Now the next thing I think is really interesting about this is I've already talked about in the last show about how they are meeting to discuss this treaty. Isn't it interesting how they started the meeting yesterday? Right before the meeting, they announced the MP, right? Like a few days before the meeting, they announced the MP. And as you guys know, I told you guys that this is what they're going to do to strip all sovereignty away from all nations in the event of another pandemic. Okay? So I think it's really interesting how convenient this all happens, right? So they're meeting on the 22nd to the 28th, and then right before they have the meeting, they announce the MP. This is all planned. This is all exactly what they want. And this MP thing is probably going to be the next thing that they use as an excuse to bring back some of these things that we dealt with in the last 2 years. So let's just read a little bit of this. It says, the global health leaders gathered in Geneva on Sunday to discuss the pandemic, are facing another viral problem. A visceral, passionate online backlash that falsely accuses the who did it of conspiring to take power from national governments. Okay, see, of course, this is a Washington Post article, so they're going to deflect from the truth. But the fact of the matter is, they're not hiding what they're about. They never hid what they're about. They are literally going to take away sovereignty of all these different nations. It says the who did it, the decision-making body of the who did it, 194 member states, is holding its first fully in-person event in 2 years, with some CV-related restrictions are lifted. While the assembly, now in its 75th year, is usually considered a dry technocratic event, this year it is being framed by conspiracy theorists. You see how they keep using that term so they can continue to weaponize that towards people like me who tell y'all the truth? It's not a shock to me that they're actually using that term. That's why I named my album Conspiracy Realist, because we ain't spitting nothing but facts. But anyway, The theory focuses largely on the discussion of a pandemic treaty, a potential agreement that could one day regulate how countries prepare for and respond to future pandemics. Now, I could totally debunk this whole article because literally a few days ago, Mr. Microsoft, Gates of Hell, literally said out of his own mouth, oh, we didn't know about the response of the CV. We did not know how it was going to affect people, and it's literally just the flu, but just a little different. So y'all shut the world down. People lost their jobs, lost the right to their livelihood. Kids were traumatized. People literally committed, they unalived themselves, okay? Because of the last 2 years of all this tyranny, and we literally been saying for the last 2 years, this is nothing but the common flu. And now you want to come out and admit that that's exactly what it was. You shut the whole world down over the freaking common flu, homie. That is crazy, bro. Anyway, let's move on. So you guys can see now that this whole thing is all cap. Now, let's ask the question. Is this BP stuff fatal? And it says the BP is a chronic inflammatory subedermal blistering disease. If untreated, it can persist for months or years with periods of spontaneous remissions and exacerbations. The disease can be fatal, particularly in patients who are debilitated. So it is fatal. It can be fatal. But see, what they're going to do is they're going to propose to you that, okay, it is fatal, but we can help you if you take this next hokey pokey. So I guess you guys can kind of get an understanding of where I'm going with this. This is going to possibly be their new excuse for more bang, bang, bang in your arm. Okay? That's not going to ever end. They'll just keep on creating these things, keep on creating these events, because when they banged you in your arm, there was a host of other stuff that can affect your body in a way so they can create more situations where they can say that there's another P ... D. Okay? Now let's move on here. Now another thing that I wanted to pull up. Oh wait, my bad. Skip this. So this is a Rumble video. And this is a young lady. She does a great work. She does a great job kind of talking about, you know, how this whole thing was planned. Okay, and how they literally had it all rolled out. It was documented what they were going to do, when they were going to roll it out. I'm not going to play the video, though, because she says a lot of words that could probably trigger the algorithms. But if you want to look her up, she's on Rumble, and it's under the Patriots base. Now, I'm going to show you the actual document here that shows you how they planned all this and how it's going to roll out. So let's scroll up here. Okay. And I'm going to read this article, and then shortly thereafter, I'm going to show you the actual document. It says, documents from 2021 international security exercise show the MP bio attack on May 15, 2021. Or 2022. It says in March 2021, the Nuclear Threat Initiative, a global security organization focused on reducing nuclear and biological threats in imperiling humanity, joined by the forces of the Munich Security Conference, conducted an exercise which involved a lethal global MP pandemic. Doesn't that sound really familiar to what's going on right now? In November 2021, the NTI looked at the outbreak of the MP virus in the fictional country of Britannia. So they literally created and made up a country so that they could bring this forward. Isn't that insane, y'all? On May 15th, 2022, which was the focus of the March exercise, under their imaginary scenario, the initial outbreak was caused by a terrorist attack using a pathogen engineered in the laboratory with inadequate biosafety and biosecurity provisions and weak oversight. So they even went as far as to make up the name of a country under an imaginary scenario so that they could bring this forward at this time in May of 2022. And it says, by January 10th, 2023, 7 months later, the virus has spread to 83 countries. There are 70 million cases, and 1.3 million people have unalived. Researchers have learned that the virus was engineered to be hokey pokey resistant. So, I mean, guys, there's really nothing more to say about this. They're not hiding what they're doing, and if you dig deep enough, you can literally destroy their whole argument and what they're saying. So this whole MP thing is all cap. What it really is this this BP stuff, this bullious, however you pronounce it. That's what this really is. And it's going to affect the people that took the thing. If you haven't taken it, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you're around people who have taken it, you might want to reconsider some of your social circles. Now, this next thing I'm going to show you is on Twitter. And this is the actual document. Somebody wrote the MP scenario from 2021. Coincidence. And then this is the document. And this says, could this be the next 500 billion for BP? And let's go ahead and look at this document here. And I'm going to show you guys the dates, how it all coincides. So we can look here. Let me zoom in so you guys can see this a little bit better. Let me full screen this. We're going to take a look at this document and we're going to go through it. And I'm going to show you guys how they're lying about all of this stuff. Okay, so if you look right here, May 15th, 2022, and it says move 1. This is the scenario. The MP outbreak in Brenania is 1,400 cases and 4 unalive events. No attentional warnings or advisories, key issues, international alert and warning systems, benefits of and needs for early risk assessment. So it looks as if the propaganda is going to be pushed from May 15th to June 5th of this year. Okay, that's going to be the first phase of the plan, according to this document. Now, because this information is being leaked, chances are that they're probably going to change this up a little bit. Maybe the dates may not be 100% the same way we see here, but this will kind of give us a guideline of what to expect in the coming months. Now, the second phase of the plan, 83 countries have now been affected. There are 70 million cases and 1.3 million deaths. The MP engineered to be 100% jab resistant. National responses, effects of early action, and international supply chain challenges. Do y'all see how it all connects? Isn't it interesting how in this document that was created in 2021, it is outlining everything we're seeing right now? And the key issues, it says, are the benefits of predetermined triggers for national response and international supply chain challenges. Now, according to this map here, it looks as if this scenario between move 1 and move 2 will take place between May 15th all the way up until about January 10th, 2023. Then they move on to the next phase. Now they're going to jump it up to, in May 10th, 2023, we've got 480 million cases in 27. So basically, the fact of the matter is they are going to continue to push this and scare you, and they're going to keep upping the numbers. They're going to keep fluffing the numbers just like they did before. Now, if you guys want to read this document, I'm going to go ahead and post this in the chat. And if you guys want to share it, you guys want to, give it to others so that they can read it for themselves, I'm going to just post this in the chat here for you guys real quick. Let me pin this as well. All right. If you guys want to go ahead and look at this document and have a good understanding of what's going on, feel free to share it. But this is it, y'all. I mean, there's not really much else to say. This is all planned. It's all cap. And this is probably the next scenario that they're going to use to usher in this PD treaty that they're doing. And like I said, they're meeting between the 22nd and the 28th. So we still got 5 more days of them meeting. I'm going to be paying attention. This is just a quick video I wanted to make to show you guys that this stuff is all cap. Don't believe nothing they tell you about this. They're obviously lying. They've been lying for the past 2 years. Why would they not be lying now? Okay, the only people that should really be worried about this are the people that took the hokey pokey. They're the ones in trouble. Because obviously I showed articles to show you guys it's linked to the hokey pokey. It's linked to the bang bang in your arm. All right? So anyway, y'all, a quick video I just wanted to make to point this out. As more information comes out, I'll make sure to come back on here and go live. That's all I got to say, man. God bless you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for joining the chat. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. All praises to the Most High. I love you guys. God bless. Shalom.